Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's class, and it's a recording of a lecture in 1968 at Los Angeles given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, on the occasion of the disappearance of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Maharaj. So this is a recorded lecture about disappearance of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, which happens to be the day we're celebrating. Today also is the day for celebration of the disappearance of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. Normally what happens is it's fast till noon. So basically for your information, you can kick up the volumes of your listening devices. Usually the recordings are low. Okay. Hare Krishna. We'll start now.
तिरोभाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय। श्री श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की तिरोभाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय। श्री श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की तिरोभाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय। थैंक यू वेरी मच। Hare Krishna. I was thinking of where is Jayananda? Now immediately he has come. Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much. Take care, it may not fall down. All right. So, today is the disappearance day of my Guru Maharaj. As I told you that Sadhava Jivoma Marova. There was a nice story the other day I told you that a sage is giving different kinds of blessings to different types of persons. So to a king's son, a prince, he blessed Rajaputra Chiranjiva. Oh, you are king's son, prince, you will live forever. And Muniputra, the son of a saintly person, he blessed him, Ma Jiva, you don't live. Rajaputra Chiranjiva Muniputra Ma Jiva. And Sadhu, devotees, he blessed him, Jivova Marova, either you live or you die, as you like. And there was a butcher, he blessed him, Ma Jiva Ma Mara, you don't die, don't live. So these words are very significant. That I have already explained, still I am explaining. The prince is enjoying sense, that's all. He has got enough facility for sense enjoyment. So his next life is hellish. Because if you indulge in sex life, then Krishna will give you facility to have sex life 3 times in an hour, just like the pigeons, the monkeys, the sparrows, they are very sexually strong. You have seen it. So the facility is given. So princely order, that after sense enjoyment, so he is blessed that better you live forever, because after your death you do not know what is going to happen to you. You are going to get a hellish life. Better you live for some time. Go on with your enjoyment. And Muniputra, Majiva, Brahmachari, working under the guidance, under strict disciplinary guidance of his spiritual master, he is blessed Majiva. Then you better die, because you are so trained to enter into the kingdom of God. So why should you take so much trouble? Better you die and go back to God. Majiva. And a devotee, he blessed Jivova Marova. My dear devotee, either you live or die, the same thing. And the butcher, he blessed him, Ma Jiva Ma Mara. You don't live, don't die. What is to do? His living condition is so abominable. From the morning he has to slaughter so many animals, see the blood stained, the ghastly scene, that is his livelihood. So what a horrible life this is. So don't live. And don't die also. Because after death, he is going to be in so much hellish condition, nobody can describe it. So both life, living condition and death, after death, his condition is very horrible. Anyway, apart from others, the devotee, for him, appearance and disappearance, the same thing. Just like when my spiritual master appeared at Jagannath Puri, he was the son of a very big government office, Bhakti Thakur. He was magistrate, government officer. In those days, a magistrate is a big officer in the government, practically next to governor. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur was in charge of the Jagannath temple. That is the system in Jagannath Puri. And the manager in charge of the temple is the district magistrate. So there was Ratha Yatra festival, and the car was passing in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's name was Kedarnath Datta. When he was magistrate, he was known as Ken Datta, Kedarnath Datta. The car stopped before his house, and at that time, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, a child in the lap of his mother, the mother took the opportunity of rising on the car. He was magistrate's wife, so he had the facility. Immediately people gave her a way to go in on the top of the car and place the child on the lotus feet of Jagannath, and there were many garlands. One garland fell upon him. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, blessings. This was one of the... There are so many other things. When he was a child, 2-3 years old, he ate one mango fruit which was kept for offering to the deity. So his father mildly rebuked him, "Oh, you have done very wrong thing. It was meant for deity and you have taken it. You should not have done it." The child was 2 or 3 years old. He took it so seriously that never after that he took mango. Whenever we offered him mango, he said, "No, I am offender. I cannot take mango." He was thinking like that. You see, never in his life he took a mango. He was thinking that I offended in my childhood by taking the mango of the deity. Well, this is the characteristic of Acharya. They teach by their life's action that one should be so much determined that one should not be, a child took the mango, there is no offense, but he took that vow. Another instance, in my presence, at that time we are also young men, and one of my god brothers, his name is Dr. Aud Behari Kapoor. He is now retired in Vrindavan. Last time I saw him. He was also a young man, and his wife was also young. So we were sitting together talking with Guru Maharaj, and the girl proposed, "My dear master, I want to speak with you." So Guru Maharaj said, "Yes, you can talk whatever you like." So she said, "I want to talk with you secretly, not in the presence of everyone." The Guru Maharaj said, "No, I cannot talk with you secretly. You can talk in the presence of my all other disciples." So even that girl was just like his granddaughter by age calculation. He refused to talk with a young woman in a secret place. These are the instances. So in his life, he was Akhanda Brahmachari. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had many other sons, and he was the fifth son. And some of his other brothers also, they did not marry. And my Guru Maharaj, he also did not marry. from the childhood is strict brahmachari. Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj, and he underwent very severe penances for starting this movement, worldwide movement. That was his mission. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to do this. 1896, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to introduce this Krishna consciousness movement by sending his this book, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his life and precepts. Fortunately, that year was my birth year, and by Krishna's arrangement, we came in contact. I was born in a different family. My Guru Maharaj was born in a different family. Who knew that I will come to his protection? Who knew that I would come in America? Who knew that you American boys will come to me? These are all Krishna's arrangement. We cannot understand how things are taking place. In 1936, today is 9th December 1938. That means 32 years ago, in Bombay, I was then doing some business. All of a sudden, perhaps on this date, sometimes between 9 or 10 December, at that time Guru Maharaj was indisposed little, and he was staying at Jagannath Puri on the seashore. So I wrote him later, my dear master, your other disciples, brahmachari, sannyasi, they are rendering you direct service, and I am a householder. I cannot live with you. I cannot serve you nicely. So I do not know how can I serve. Simply an idea. I was thinking of serving him. How can I serve him seriously? So the reply was dated 13 December 1936. In that letter, he wrote, my dear such and such, I am very glad to receive your letter. I think you should try to push our movement in English. That was his writing, and that will good to you and to the people who will help you. And that was his instruction. And then in 1936, on the 31st December, that means just after writing this letter, a fortnight before his departure, he passed away. But I took that order of my spiritual master very seriously. But I did not think that I'll have to do such and such thing. I was at that time a householder. But this is the arrangement of Krishna. If we strictly try to serve spiritual master, his order, then Krishna will give us all facilities. That is the secret. Although there was no possibility, I never thought, but I took it a little seriously by studying a commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, the verse Bhavashatmika buddhi rekiha kurunandana, in connection with that verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives his commentary that we should take up the words from the spiritual master as our life and soul. We should try to carry out the instruction, the specific instruction of the spiritual master very rigidly, without caring for our personal benefit or loss. So, I tried a little bit in that spirit. So he has given me all facilities to serve him. Things have come to this stage that in this old age I have come to your country and you are also taking this movement seriously, trying to understand it. We have got some books now, so there is little foothold of this movement. Now on this occasion of my spiritual master's departure, as I am trying to execute his will, similarly I shall also request you to execute the same order through my will. I am an old man, I can also pass away at any moment. That is nature's law, nobody can check it. So that is not very astonishing. But my appeal to you on this auspicious day of the departure of my Guru Maharaj, that at least to some extent you have understood the essence of Krishna consciousness movement, you should try to push it on. People are suffering for want of this consciousness. As we daily pray about devotees, vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. A Vaishnava or devotee of Lord, his life is dedicated for the benefit of the people. You know, most of you belong to Christian community, how Lord Jesus Christ, he says that for your sinful activities, he has sacrificed himself. That is the determination of devotee of the Lord. They don't care for personal comforts because they love Krishna or God. Therefore they love all living entities because all living entities are in relationship with Krishna. So, similarly, you should learn this Krishna consciousness movement means to become Vaishnava and feel for the suffering humanity. So to feel for the suffering humanity, there are different angles of vision. Somebody is thinking of the suffering of the humanity from bodily conception of life. Somebody is trying to open hospital to give a relief to the diseased condition. Somebody is trying to distribute foodstuff in poverty-stricken countries or places. These things are certainly very nice, but actual suffering of the humanity is due to lack of Krishna consciousness. These bodily sufferings, they are temporary, neither they can be checked by the laws of nature. Suppose if you give some distribution of foodstuff in some poverty-stricken country, that does not mean that this help makes solution of the whole problem. The real beneficial work is to invoke every person to Krishna consciousness. As soon as he comes to Krishna consciousness, the same example as I have given several times, that a rich man's son is loitering in the street, forgetting his father's opulence and property, and somebody out of sympathy giving him some food. But other person comes to him and says, "Oh, my dear boy, I know you, you are the son of such and such rich man. Why you are loitering in the street? Come on, I shall take you to your father." So, that gentleman takes that loitering boy to his father. The father is glad, and the boy inherits his father's property, and his whole problem of life becomes solved. This is a crude example. Similarly, all living entities, they are loitering within this universe in different bodies, in different planets, and from time immemorial, without knowing that he belongs to the kingdom of God. He is the direct son of Krishna and God. Krishna is the proprietor of everything, and he can enjoy his father's property, and these problems of material condition life automatically solved. Just like if you become a rich man, if you can possess millions of dollars, then your poverty is automatically solved. Similarly, if you become Krishna conscious, if you act in that way, then all other problems in the material condition of life solve. So this is such a nice moment. Ahang tang sarva papibha mokkhoishami masuch. The Bhagavad Gita says, the Lord says, people's sufferings are due to his sinful activities. Ignorance. Ignorance is the cause of sinful activity. Just like a man does not know. Suppose a foreigner like me comes in America and he does not know, because in India, just like in your country, the car is driven from the right side. In India, I have seen in London also, the car is driven from the left side. So suppose he does not know, he drives the car on the left side and incurs some accident, and he is taken by the police custody, and if he says, "Sir, I did not know that here the car is driven from the right side," that does not make him excused. The law will punish him. So ignorance is the cause of breaking the law or sinful activities. And as soon as you commit some sinful activity, you have to suffer the result. So the whole world is in ignorance, and due to ignorance is complicated in so many actions and reactions, either good or bad. There is nothing good within this material world, everything is bad. So we have manufactured something good and something bad. Here, because in the Bhagavad Gita we understand this place is dukkhalam asasat. This place is for misery. So how you can say, in miserable condition, how you can say that this is good or this is bad? Everything is bad. So those persons who do not know the material condition and life, they manufacture something, this is good, this is bad, because they do not know everything here is bad, nothing good. One should be very pessimistic of this material world, then he can make advance in spiritual life. Dukkhalam asas. This place is full of miseries, and if you study analytically you will find simply miserable condition. Therefore, the whole problem is that we should give up our material conditional life, and in Krishna consciousness we should try to elevate ourselves to the spiritual platform and thereby be promoted to the kingdom of Godhead. Jadgatyana nivartanti tadhyamam paramam mama. We are going, nobody comes back to this miserable world, and that is the supreme abode of the Lord. So there are descriptions in the Bhagavad Gita. So this Krishna consciousness movement is authorized, very important. Now, you American boys and girls who have taken to this movement, please take it more seriously, and that is the mission of Lord Chaitanya and my Guru Maharaj, and we are also trying to execute the will by disciplic succession. You have come forward to help me. I shall request you all that I shall go away, but you shall leave. Don't give up pushing on this movement, and you will be blessed by Lord Chaitanya and His divine grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Prabhupada. Thank you very much.
Water and all the girls were asking for...
No, he was not so much naughty. My Guru Maharaj was very gentle boy. Yes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very naughty boy. And Krishna was also very naughty boy.
Thank you very much, dear devotees, for coming on to hear this wonderful lecture on the Disappearance Day of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. That is Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, and as you could tell, he said quite a few things about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. Dear devotees, this is a time to unmute yourself and share whatever's on your mind, questions or takeaways or connecting the dots for things that you yourself know. So, dear Krishna Prabhu, please start us off. You raised your hand already. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All grace to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for playing this wonderful class by Srila Prabhupada on the Disappearance Day of His Holiness, His Divine Grace.
It's Anusuya's idea, actually.
Wonderful, wonderful. So,
President's idea.
Yeah, not really a question, just something I thought I can share. Last night, on the importance of how much it is important to be connected to our spiritual master and try to follow his instructions, because that's the only thing that can give us hope and enthusiasm in the spiritual life, in the Krishna conscious life. Last night I realized I had a good fortune to take darshan of my Guru Maharaj in New Jersey, and whenever we meet, we get chance, I discuss about what's going on in my mind and what's going on in our Krishna conscious life and challenges, everything. And one point came up and he says, it's a simple thing, but very, very personal and powerful, that never compromise on what you have got in Krishna consciousness life in the moment by mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Even if you're alone in the whole town, stick to the principles that ISKCON has given to you, Srila Prabhupada has given to you. So that was very powerful. So just wanted to share that. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mam cha yoga vichare na bhakti yoga na sevate. Sagunaya Samachetan Pramabhuyaya Kalpati. Mamchari Vyavicharina. Perform your service unfailing in all circumstances, whatever the circumstances. So that was a nice way the Guru Maharaj actually said, even if it comes to just you alone, go on. Reminds me of a story, a true story. Devotees were Srila Prabhupada devotees at that time, only Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master earlier in life. And they were going from college to college. They were traveling in the bus, and then they were preaching. So there was a particular college they went to, and they got a room that they were supposed to preach in. So the devotees came, got themselves ready, and no student came for a while. We just sat there, played kirtan, played bhajan. No student came. And so they had a way to contact Srila Prabhupada. They knew where Srila Prabhupada was. And so they got on the phone and called them and said, we are here. So it was in this country, United States, and nobody's there. They talked to one of the disciples who told Srila Prabhupada, the disciples with Srila Prabhupada. Nobody's here. And after a while, they didn't get any response. They called again to talk to that devotee. Please tell Srila Prabhupada, what should we do? Then the response came, nobody's there, then preach to the walls. That's exactly what Srila Prabhupada said. Now, this is not a sarcastic statement. Don't take it that way. This is actually much higher than that. But Srila Prabhupada says, preach to the walls. In other words, don't give up. Don't give up. Do what you have to do. Remember, Srila Prabhupada, he has translated Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna says, do your work, but don't get attached to the results. So go ahead and do what you have to do. Whatever the situation is around you. Paramatma is aware of what you're doing, aware of our intentions. So we have to serve in all circumstances. Thank you for that.
Thank you
Nice instruction.
thank you for adding to that. I mean, that brings one more point that I just remembered, that this was in response to also sharing with him how very few devotees stick to the pure philosophy, pure principles, and usually people in general, they like to mix everything and just be in their comfort zone. So he was like, I mean, the more challenges, the lesser people you have with you, meaning Krishna thinks you are more special. Of course, he was trying to enthuse me, but those kind of interactions, sweet interactions, give so much energy. Like Srila Prabhupada always says, be connected to the spiritual master, the Guru Parampara. So, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very, very nice report. Very nice conversation that you're able to tell us. When Guru Maharaj told you. Very, very, very important instruction for all of us too. Hare Krishna. So any other comments, any other questions, any other takeaways that the devotees want to share? Please unmute yourself and do that.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. I was really contemplating on Dear Krishna's, sharing, which is very powerful actually, because, just when he started off sharing his interaction with his spiritual master, it was powerful. And we have to remind ourselves why the Guru is there, and I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately also. Dear Krishna said that when he went to his spiritual master, he shared his mind and he asked questions. That is the mood of any devotee. And that was what really, hit me home. So thank you for sharing that, Dear Krishna. When we approach a senior devotee, when we approach a spiritual master, our spiritual master, any spiritual master, the mood should be, this is what I'm going on. This is what's going through my mind, my heart, my this, whatever. Please help me, that we should ask questions and get the help. And that is the mood of a servant, and I was really appreciating Dear Krishna sharing that mood, that this is how we approach. Like even when Vidur was banished by Duryodhan from Hastinapur, Vidur took that opportunity to go on pilgrimage as opposed to sitting home and lamenting, you know.
Mhm.
He said, well, okay, I'm going to go on pilgrimage. And he went through on his pilgrimage, not as a vacation, to enjoy the fruits of the labor that pilgrims, you know, that the holy place had. He went on a pilgrimage and asked questions from every great soul he met. How can I perfect my life? How can I perfect my life? How can I perfect my life? Over and over again. And I think that is the mood that even Srila Prabhupada is sharing in his lecture, you know, about his spiritual master. What was really powerful that, you know, Prabhupada is sharing with us that the will that his spiritual master gave him. And now Srila Prabhupada is asking us to follow his instructions, to follow his will, to follow, you know, his words, his books, everything. And if we do not know Prabhupada's instructions, we have to ask. We have to ask. It's so critical because, like, you know, the other day we were watching a video. Actually, it was the other day we were, yeah, it was Solochana's initiation with a spiritual master. And during the fire yagya, you know, and it was all on Zoom. You know, the initiates were around the fire, you know, doing the fire yagya, and family members who are not devotees, who are not properly dressed, whatever, were partaking in the fire yagya. And one of the devotees that was sitting with me in the temple room, this was this past Saturday, told me, oh, Mataji, you know, this is what we have to do because the family members are there. I said, no, that's not what Prabhupada said. So what made me realize is that when we see people do things, we think it's the norm, but we forget to ask the WWSPD that Vishnugata Prabhu always speaks of. What will Srila Prabhupada do? WWSPD. So I had to correct that devotee. I said, no, that is not the etiquette that Prabhupada taught us. It's just been watered down over a period of time. We see someone do, we think, oh, that's the right thing to do. We don't ask. So it's really, really important that here Srila Prabhupada is making a humble plea, begging us, the spiritual grandfather, the founder Acharya, is asking us to push this movement. That is his will. That's a pretty strong word, you know, that is his living will. So it's on us to carry the beacon of light and to represent Srila Prabhupada in a very positive way by taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and following the instructions of the spiritual master who's going to help us, you know, carry on Prabhupada's mission, because that is what Prabhupada is asking us in this lecture. Very powerful lecture. Thank you for sharing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. Well, I saw that the Zoom program also where the devotees were going around. What I know about initiation is that those that are initiated, the initiates are the ones that go around the fire, circumambulate the fire. So that is, well, maybe they just allowed it to happen, but actually it's not people who are not initiated, only initiates go around the fire. Anyway, that we have to maintain the standards set by Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for bringing that up also. Any other comments, questions, takeaways? This is a very wonderful account and lecture given by Srila Prabhupada in this Disappearance of his Guru Maharaj, our spiritual, well, for us, the spiritual great-grandfather. Second generation people are our spiritual master, our spiritual father. Srila Prabhupada himself was our spiritual grandfather. So his spiritual master is our spiritual great-grandfather. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Maharaj did a lot to prepare Srila Prabhupada for this movement. So much is there by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. Even the management structure of it was from him. He advised Srila Prabhupada on what to do. Of course, the biggest one was to distribute Krishna consciousness in the West in English language, which has made more and more people around the world connect with this movement. Very, very important. Any other comment? If not, then I'll just share a few things. I had heard this story before, or fable before, from my own Guru Maharaj. It's nice to hear Srila Prabhupada start off with that also. He talked about a sage that was blessing different people, different personalities, based on how they were living their lives. So he met a king's son, and he blessed the king's son to live forever. Why? Because there was all kinds of wealth around this prince, because it's like that. Kings are usually wealthy. Taxes support the king, it gives them fabulous wealth. And so the son is indulging in sense gratification, sex life and sense gratification. And he said the next life, Sri Prabhupada explained that that son's life is going to be hellish, the next life. As Manigriva and Narakuvara found out, they were also sons of not a king, but what might as well be. Kuvera is up there, very, 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 very important demigod, the treasurer of the demigods. So there was so much wealth was there. And they also enjoyed sense gratification and disrespected Narad Muni when he was coming around. Didn't cover themselves, even though they had didn't have their clothes on. They were with women in the water, and so Narad Muni cursed them. In the life of demigods, they were going to be in trees, two Arjuna trees, for 100 years of the demigods, and Guru Govinda Maharaj translated it to our time, and that was 36,000 years. They were in trees. So, and you know what trees are like. Anybody that takes advantage of trees would do whatever to the trees that they like. So Narakumara and Manigriva had to go through that. So anyway, there's also a sadhu, a sadhu's son. He was brahmachari, going through austerities in life, and the sage said that, okay, for you, you have to don't live, you die. And the reason is if he dies, then he gets the pleasures because he has so many spiritual credits. So then he would actually be in a situation to be taken care of very nicely. So for devotees or sadhus, he blessed that you can either live or die. It doesn't matter. Why? Because the sadhu is already doing bhakti, and a person can connected with devotional service here, Krishna takes care of them. The facilities may not be as much as it is in the spiritual world, but still, the service is the service intent is the same, and service from the heart. And therefore, this is bhakti, loving devotional service to the Lord and to the devotees and to Guru. So he says, well, keep on doing. If you leave the body, you will still be doing the same thing. So you can live or die. And for the butcher, the sage said, you don't live and you don't die. In other words, the situation with the butcher is so precarious, having killed so many animals, especially the cow, that you already are living a wretched life. And because of that, seeing blood and all on a daily basis, and killing animals when you're not supposed to, then there will be more repercussions after the butcher leaves the body, his body dies. So anyway, so that was the four situations that the sage explained. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj as a baby was brought before Lord Jagannath during Rath Yatra when the chariot stopped at the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was the father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, who is Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master. And as Srila Prabhupada explained, he had a lot of children. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had a lot of children. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was the fifth child. And so the chariot stopped when at Kedinath Datta Prabhu, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his house, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur's wife brought the young baby at that time, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, as a baby body, and he was allowed to get on the cart. and placed the card at the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath had a lot of garlands on it, and one of them fell on the baby, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So this was blessings to him. Another situation which was, not, which is different, the opposite. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, as a boy, ate a mango that was still not offered to the deities. And he got corrected by his parents. And from that, he vowed never to eat mango again. And so Srila Prabhupada said in his time, when he was a disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, people do cook for the deities, cook for the spiritual master and so on. So they offered him mango, but he reminded them that this is what has happened in my life when I was young, and I'm not touching mango anymore. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur underwent severe penances to spread the Krishna consciousness movement. And then Srila Prabhupada said that just before Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left this mortal world, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada sent his spiritual master a letter saying that, Maharaj, you have brahmachari disciples, you have sannyasi disciples. I'm a householder, which means that he doesn't have as much time to serve the way the sannyasis and the brahmacharis who dedicated their life 100% are serving, and asked him, what should he do? Then he said, his Guru Maharaj answered again, you spread the Krishna consciousness movement in English in the West. This was the first instruction that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj gave to Srila Prabhupada when young Srila Prabhupada came to him the first time he met him. They met. This was the instruction that he gave. At that time, Srila Prabhupada protested a little bit and said, it's Gandhi's movement for liberation of India. And yeah, Srila Prabhupada says, but Lord Chaitanya's movement cannot be stopped. It cannot be put on hold. It cannot be postponed. It's very important. And what do you think? Do you think they will free India from the British? That you're going to be free? Politicians? They'll come and go, but the politics will still be there. And so right after that, then Srila Prabhupada came down and saw Indian police beating an Indian person. And that was a good message to him to see your own people in authority would even behave like that. So then he decided that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj was going to be his spiritual master. This is the first day that they met. Anyway, so here's Srila Prabhupada talked about this. Now it's successful based on the efforts that the disciples put in. Who knows? He says he never knew what would happen, how many people will come, and still Krishna made the arrangements. So the lesson for us, even now, is that when the spiritual master gives instruction and we take it as our life and soul, Krishna will make arrangements for the things that's supposed to happen to happen. So everybody that has heard from a spiritual master, some things that they have to do, they have to get on it and treat it as priority in what they have to do. Take that as priority. Rather than our material aims and so on, put the spiritual master's instruction first and put energy into it. And then Krishna will make arrangements to facilitate the service. So the instruction was for his disciples, and that means it was for us also. He talked about Jesus Christ suffering for simple activities because he's like Vaishnava. Some people help for suffering humanity by giving help for improving health, and even sometimes shelter. They donate for those kinds of things. But if we give Krishna consciousness, that's the real beneficial work. And he gave an example of a rich man's son loitering in the streets and living poorly. But if someone tells him that his father, is known and that he's known to be rich, so he should go back home, then that's our position. Krishna owns everything, and we're here in this material world. Then he made one important point. In this world, everything is bad, but people don't know that. So they try to categorize something, or this is good, this is bad. But actually, if the place is full of miseries, therefore everything really is bad in the material world. So the only way is prepared to leave this place by taking this bhakti seriously and sharing it for other people too. Hare Krishna. So any other last comments or questions? And let me see, there's something on the chat. Okay. That's from Dear Krishna. I think I have to read it. Why do sometimes devotees misunderstand or do not understand Srila Prabhupada's instructions in spite of them being so clear and straightforward? Well, that first of all, I have to agree with you. The instructions for Srila Prabhupada is pretty straightforward. It's just a question of how serious, how serious we regard Krishna consciousness in general. It is very important in so many places in the Shastra. It said, and I can just take one of them, the 10 offenses. The 10 offenses, chanting of the holy name. The third offense is disobey the orders of the spiritual master. It's an offense to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada has given his grand disciple, the preemptive guru, given instructions still. We say this, we say that, because we allow Maya to come in and change our minds about things. And then our false ego kicks in and we say, we know better. Right now, the society, the Srila Prabhupada disciples in management positions in this society are trying very hard to get everybody that comes to this movement to understand the position of Srila Prabhupada so that people don't downplay Srila Prabhupada's position and, upstage their own Diksha Gurus who are, in fact, disciples and grand disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada made this movement what it is. And his position should never, ever be compromised. Whatever we do, we take Srila Prabhupada seriously in everything that he says and follow his instructions. Then we'll be successful. That's the way it is. It is his movement. Hare Krishna. So, any
If I
final
can add
questions?
to that, if that's okay, if I can add to that.
Sure.
Yeah, very nice question there, Krishna. What's coming to my mind is faith in Prabhupada. Do we believe in Prabhupada? Do we have faith in Prabhupada? Do we have faith in his books? Do we have faith in his instructions? Do we have faith in his teachings? Or is it just reading a storybook that we find in Barnes and Nobles or Borders or, whatever the bookshops are there? Do we have complete faith that Prabhupada said that if I just follow his words, because if we look back in the, as we call it, in the hippie era, right? When Prabhupada disciples took shelter of Prabhupada, they came from hippie background, drug, LSD, you name it. They didn't have a drop of Vedic knowledge. At least for those of us who are Indians, we had, some little bit of tinge. They had zero understanding and knowledge of Krishna consciousness, zero understanding of Vedic culture, Sanskrit, whatever you want to call it. But they had one thing and one thing for sure. They had complete faith in Srila Prabhupada's words and teachings and instructions and everything of that. So the question is, we are not willing to follow us because we're not surrendering to Prabhupada's instructions. We are not reading Prabhupada's books. And even if we say we're reading Prabhupada's books, then we should act according to what Prabhupada said, not just read and act contrary.
Yeah.
We should be behaving. If the math book says 1 + 1 is equal 2, but we tell other people, no, 1 + 1 is actually 1, then that's it. The whole equation goes 0, right? So the same thing, whatever we are reading Prabhupada's books, we should read and apply it and behave in that way, not just read for gyan, for knowledge. It should be vigyan. So it goes back to how much are we willing to believe Prabhupada's words have faith in him, his instructions, his words, and surrender to Prabhupada. That's the chastity that we should ask ourselves, every day. So yeah, that's what's coming to my mind. Hare Krishna.
Very good that you added this point to it. Yes, we have to be chaste to the movement. Very important. You have to be chaste to the movement. If not, we will feel the difference. We will definitely feel the difference because we're not taking the proper medicine. We have to be chaste to the movement, meaning that what those in authority tell us, including Srila Prabhupada, from Srila Prabhupada down to those who are his disciples, who are spiritual masters, grand disciples who are spiritual masters, all of them giving instructions and guiding us based on Srila Prabhupada's own teachings. We have to take this seriously. Then we are being faithful and chaste to the movement. This is a movement that Srila Prabhupada has set it up in such that, especially from the Shastra, practically everything we need, he has touched on it. You read his books, you hear from the Parampara. You read his books, there's Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Maharaj's references, Bhakti Vinod Thakur's references, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's references. They are all our Parampara. They are all the disciplic succession of saints and spiritual masters. It's all there. And we have to just simply connect with it and do as it says in the Shastra to do, and follow the instructions and also the examples of the devotees who are actually experienced among us, including our spiritual masters. Yes, one more point, opening up and sharing in confidence. This question came up in yesterday's Bhavada Prabhu's class about sharing in confidence. It is an instruction from the nectar of instruction. And this is also one of the ways in which we exchange love, by being there for each other. Serving devotees, very important. It's even more important than serving the deity. Serving devotees. Chanamala Swami was saying that this morning. Vaishnava Seva is actually more, it's above Seva to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's Krishna that wants it that way. That's why it says, Mad Bhakta Puja Abhyadika. If you serve my devotee, I'm even more pleased than serving myself. But who's the devotee? The servant of the Lord. Therefore, Vaishnava Seva, never downplay it. Jump at every opportunity to serve another devotee when it comes up. Hare Krishna. So any final thoughts before we close today? Thank you very much for everybody coming on to hear. We all educate ourselves that way and grow in Krishna consciousness. So midweek, the rest of the week.
Quick thing, today is a half-day fast in honor
I
of
talked
the
about it this
Disappearance.
morning.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
All right. Hare Krishna. So I could break a fast at 12 noon. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.